Van's doing what Blizzard won't. I mean, we could at least say won't, asterisks under its old leadership in the past, in the big bad era, where it was Battle for Azeroth, pre-order Warcraft 3 Reforged, and get a meat wagon to ride around the Dark Shore Warfront in. Does that sound fun to you, Matt?
Oh, sorry, I yawned.
Very good.
Yeah, I literally just yawned. Sorry.
No, it was pretty on theme and on time. So I've got to assume this is yes, it is Handclaw. Right, key art, banging.
That's good ass art.
Banging key art. Hell yeah. This is Warcraft Chronicles of the Second War, Tides of Darkness, which is the Tides of Darkness campaign. They've remade it. But it's not just a straight up, like, we have thing for thing recreated it. No. Don't know if you've looked at Warcraft 2, but...
Bit funny looking, like, compared.
So let's just look at some Warcraft 2 gameplay. Because this is... remastering a game that looks like this and putting in-game loading. I mean, it's taking obviously like a flat 2D game, and into that they are putting in-game cutscenes like that are voice acted, your camera work, the whole wazoo going on. They have. Because the script would be a bit bare, and of course this is Warcraft 2, this is like where Metzen is getting involved in Warcraft, but things have really evolved since then. They have basically made it work with the game, with the world as we understand it now, and in Warcraft 3, so that's meant creating new content, and actually, them voicing that stuff. And by those rules, we should have been allowed to do WoW Tales. Thanks, lawyers.
What a shock.
But I mean, obviously, they were like, this is like, it's Warcraft 2. It's a completely dead product to Blizzard. So, I mean, this is like, oh my God, this is amazing. Basically, right? You know what, like, the best version of Warcraft 3 Reforged could have been? You know, the way they kind of pitched it was going to be a whole big thing, and then they're like, nah, it's going to be a very, very small thing. And then it turned out to be a small and bad thing. No, this is them just going full vision. So this is 3 years. They've made, it's like hundreds of, so many models. And like, even just the work of taking one of those Warcraft 2 missions and building that in Warcraft 3, like, that is not a one-for-one process. If you're taking, I don't know, if you're taking, like, Age of Empires 2 and turning that into Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, you're keeping, there's a lot of work in that, but you're keeping the style. This is really hard work.
This is trying something basically new in a way.
Yeah, so you got cutscenes, you got cinematics, you got all the the voice dialogue. It is a high quality recreation of the whole Warcraft 2 campaign in the Warcraft 3 Reforged engine. And yes, they have worked on the story, the script, thousands of models and assets, all of the missions, which itself will be loads of custom work. And it's basically trying to do Warcraft 3 gameplay, preserving the spirit of Warcraft 2. And it's just really friggin' awesome. It's insane. So for me, it's pretty big because Reforged runs the Mac. So I have to assume this will work on my work laptop, which means I can realistically go and play it, which I'm very happy about. Just beautiful. Also, yes, good. They've made some... Yeah, right?
Man, that's crazy good.
Yeah, and they are working the human stuff. There's, they've been posting some concept art for the next campaign. The Northshire Protectorate. The Brotherhood of the Horse. Hey, look at that, Trinai. You're like, hang on a second. Chris Metzen, what is going on here?
Jesus Christ.
But this is a good example. Like, obviously, Trinai, bit different in Warcraft 2 to the Burning Crusade. Caused a bit of consternation, that one did. Yeah. But they're going in here and, like, making it right. And to be honest, like, I mean, I do prefer I prefer where things went with...
Talbot Knight, that's so sick. That's so sick.
Yes, so I mean, just to all the artists, everyone, programming, scripting this, doing models, game design, narrative, it is a whole game project. from, I think it's 7 core members, but of course, many contributors to the project.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's super impressive. This is what Blizzard, with all of their resources, wouldn't do. Now, could you imagine imagine if they did this for Warcraft 2, keeping that being like, hey, this is Warcraft 2, but, you know, like, sort of, it's actually the Warcraft that you know, because Warcraft 2 back then is not always the Warcraft that you know today.
That's for sure.
They could do that. And you know that, like, for the core Warcraft fan base, can you imagine the brand value they'd get out of that?
It'd be nuts.
Like, just people being able to have these, like, proper, you know, story experiences. Actually be fans of those characters in the same way that people were for, like, Arthas. And they wouldn't even, so, you know, forget Warcraft 2. They wouldn't even do it for Warcraft 3 with Reforged. It's just crazy. So, that's undisputedly amazing. And I think everyone should check it out.